time, folks. I've got some exciting news. My latest book has been released by the publishers for pre-sale. And you can go ahead and get it from several different locations. I'm going to tell you all about it here in the next few moments. Because I'm really excited about this, and a lot of my listeners have been wanting this book for a long time because you've been following my ministry and you've been following the Ask the Preacher programs right here on WEBY and some of the conferences and prophecy conferences that I've done, etc. And you've heard me talk about this topic, but the name of the book, now I can say the name, and you can go see the cover, and you can read all kind of stuff about it, and several people have already read it and reviewed it, and you can read their reviews, and you can do all of that at carlgallups.com. But the name of the book is Final Warning: Understanding the Trumpet Days of Revelation. I'll say it again. Final warning. Big, bold letters. Final. The cover is beautiful. But, you don't judge a book by its cover. And if you judged a book by its cover, you would immediately purchase this book because the cover is absolutely amazing. Mark Karras with W&D Books out of Washington, D.C. He designed the cover, and everybody that looks at it writes me and says, wow. But I guarantee you the contents will measure up to it. Obviously I wrote it. That sounded like a braggadocious statement. I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was the contents, the guts of it, the stuff. I mean, it's amazing, and it's heavily, heavily documented. And I'm talking about historical sources, scientific sources, government sources, mainstream media sources, credible, heavy documentation to back up some of the stuff that I show you and some of the stuff that I get you thinking about. I mean, bottom line, could it be that we're living in extremely prophetic times wherein words that were coded into and by coded, I don't mean the Bible codes, I mean in the plain text, words that were put in the plain text of this book of Revelation in particular, 2,000 years ago, do they match up with things that have happened in our lifetime or things that are happening now? And you know how you look in the clouds and you can see a pony. I mean, people say, well, your eye will see whatever your brain wants it to see, and some people say that about the Bible. Say, well, prophecy and revelation, you just you see a word and you kind of think, well, okay, this book deals with very objectively and deals with things that people think that they're seeing. But what we do, we take these key words, and I don't want to give them away right now. You just have to get the book and or go to the website, and you'll get a lot of good hints there. And or if you've seen my videos or heard my teaching on this, you know a lot of where I'm going. But if you go, you get the book, and I'll deal with it objectively. I'll go to some of these words, and I'll say, now, could this really be this? But then I start exploring it through mainstream media, scientific journals, government sites, military sites, I think I said mainstream media, on and on. And it is absolutely astounding what you're going to read in this book. This is not a jump up and down, shove it in your face, and demand that you believe this book, like this is the way it is, and if you don't believe it, you're not saved. It's not that kind of book. It's objectively written, but passionately written. I've been examining and studying and researching this stuff for 25 years. Preached it around the world. I haven't hidden this in some corner. This is not some kind of new revelation that I received in a dream last night. I mean, this is stuff that I've been looking at and watching and following. A lot of my personal story is in here. A lot of stuff about the church where I pastor. Good stuff, of course. How this stuff was first presented to them and their reaction to it and what has happened since then ties into world events. A lot of world events seemingly are tied together. Big major world events are tied together biblically and prophetically, and many of them are still unfolding. In fact, things that I told my congregation years ago that I believed were going to happen within our lifetime are now headline news events. Now, I'm not claiming I'm a prophet, and I didn't tell them back then that I was a prophet and that I was going to prophesy to them. I just said, look, here's what the scripture says. Here are these key words. Here's what seems to be happening. Now, if this is true, then here's what's probably going to happen next. And here we are, a couple of decades later. Not only has it happened next, but it's happened in full scale, technicolor, and it's in the headline news. So anyway, you're probably going to want this book, and you're going to want to get multiple copies for gifts, etc. But here's the deal. Go to carlgallups.com. You can get it on Amazon. You can pre-order. Now, it's not scheduled for absolute release until February the 3rd, 2015. Now, I know immediately you're thinking, well, that's forever. Actually, it's just, what? A couple of months from now. I mean, it's not long. I mean, in other words, December and January, that's it. This month's almost over, and the end of January, they'll start shipping. So you're looking at 8, 9, 10 weeks at the most before it'll start shipping. However, if you'll go to carlgallups.com, go on the right-hand side, you'll see the big picture of the book, final warning, and you'll see, Facebook page, purchase. The website's got an awesome website with tons of information. You're going to want to go there. Lots of pictures, videos, information. But also it says order now and get it weeks before the release date. Click here. Not only that, but it's autographed. See, this is going to come straight from the publishers. And I just checked. I just clicked on the link a moment ago, and the deal is still up there. If you'll order it now from the publishers, they're promising, and that's W&D Books out of Washington, D.C., they're promising that they will get your copy to you weeks. And I don't know what that means. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4, I don't know. But weeks is what they say before the actual release date of February 3rd. Plus, it's autographed. Because I've already signed them, so I know they're autographed. So it's autographed at the publisher's site, okay? Now, of course, a lot of you guys like shopping on Amazon. You can get it there, and that's a big help because it drives up the ratings numbers, which helps to publish it around the world, or promote it around the world. So that's a big deal. And the cool thing about getting it from Amazon is that you can get it now, and whatever the price is, and I'm going to tell you about prices in a moment because there's something really cool about this book. But Amazon guarantees that when it ships to you, you will get it at the lowest price that it went to. Because, Amazon really, I don't know how they do it. They've got some kind of logarithmic, experimentation, but they really experiment with the prices and what people are willing to pay, etc. I mean, they do that on Amazon. Usually it's lower at Amazon than almost anywhere else, but sometimes they'll lower it even lower. Sometimes they'll go back up a little bit, so it fluctuates. But if you'll pre-order it, their promise right there on the website is that you are guaranteed to get it at whatever the lowest price was anytime during that time. So that's really cool. So you'll get it at the low price. Plus, Amazon almost always ships a little early. Now, I can't guarantee that. I don't work for Amazon. I just know. I've bought books from them. A lot of people have bought my books. And, the release date is the official release date. But Amazon gets stuff in their warehouse. They get boxes of my books. And sometimes before the actual date, Amazon will go ahead and start to ship. I know that happens because I know people who've gotten their books from Amazon before the official release date. So anyway, if you'll go to carlgallups.com on the right-hand side, right in the middle, you'll see the book. You can click on the Facebook page. It's got a huge Facebook page. By the way, like us, please, because that helps to promote it all over the world. You can click on the purchase. That'll take you to Amazon. You can click on the website. Go to the book's website. It's got really tons of stuff, a lot of hints. You can read the table of contents. You can see what people are saying about it. You can see some of the pictures and a lot of stuff about what the book is about. So go there. And then if you want to order it now, an autographed copy, and you want to get it several weeks before it actually ships, then go there. There's a link there. So all of that is there at carlgallups.com. That's the quickest, easiest place to connect to all of it. Again, the new book that so many of you have been waiting on. And let me say this. I wrote the book because tons of you have been asking me to write this book for years because you've been hearing me talk about this stuff on the radio, again, on the Ask the Preacher thing. And I want to thank y'all. The first two books I've written, The Magic Man in the Sky and The Rabbi Who Found Messiah, both of them became bestsellers. I mean, just all around the world. And they're still selling like crazy. And God bless you. You guys made that happen. I mean, you did. My radio audience made that happen. And I appreciate that so much. But here's the book you've been waiting on. Final Warning, Understanding the Trumpet Days of Revelation. Go to carlgallups.com. It's just released now for pre-order. All the information's there. The publishers and I had a long discussion about this. And the prevailing wisdom was they're releasing this book in a deluxe soft cover edition. Now, this is a full-size book. Okay, it's not some little paperback. It's a full-size book. With soft cover. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these kind of books, but they're very nice, very deluxe, thick cardboard. It's got a glossy feel to it, almost I don't know, like it's I was going to say plastic, but I mean it's not. I mean this is really nice. It's very nice, and the cover has flaps as well. So I mean it's instead of a hard cover with a jacket with flaps, this is a soft cover with its own flaps built into it. So it's really cool. 250-page book. I mean this is a full-blown, full-size book. Beautiful, beautiful cover and amazing stuff on the inside. But the reason they wanted to do this, the publishers are so excited about this, and I am too, and they really believe that a lot of people around the world are going to want to get their hands on this book and this information, so they're making it as affordable as possible. Now, I personally like hardcover books in my library. I just prefer them. I've got a lot of paperbacks and a lot of soft covers as well. But you know, they're right. The publishers are right. People are going to want this book, and hardcover books are expensive. I mean, they are. They're $25, $26 retail, and even on Amazon, they're as much as, I mean, as cheap as $18, and by the time you pay shipping, they go into the 20s. So with this softcover edition, we're printing this book in. You know, it'll go at about $15, which was a huge savings, and it may go lower than that as time goes on. So I'm excited about this. I really am, and I've held one of these W&D publications, another book in softcover with the flaps, and I've looked at it and held it. It's really, really nice. I'm going to be very proud of it. You'll be proud of it as well. Plus, you're going to save a ton of money. And this will enable you to buy multiple copies, you know, to give as gifts and stuff. So anyway, that's why we're doing that. So that's what I wanted to tell you.